B29 on display, Bockscar dropped the Fat Man atomic bomb on Nagasaki on August 9th of 1945, 3 days after the atomic attack against Hiroshima. Bockscar was one of 15 specially modified silver-plate B-29s assigned to the 509th Composite Group. Most B-29s carried 8 50 caliber machine guns in remote-controlled turrets, 2 50 caliber machine guns and 1 20mm cannon in a tail turret, and up to 20,000 pounds of bombs. Silverplate B-29s, however, retained only the tail turret and had their armor removed to save weight so that the heavy atomic bombs of the time could be carried over a long distance. Designed in 1940 as an eventual replacement for the B-17 and B-24, the first B-29 made its maiden flight on September 21st of 1942. In December 1943, U.S. Army Air Force's leadership committed the Superfortress to Asia, where its great range made it particularly suited for long over-the-water flights against the Japanese homeland from bases in China. During the last 2 months of 1944, B-29s became operational against Japan from the islands of Saipan, Guam, and Tinian. With the advent of the conflict in Korea in June of 1950, the B-29 returned to combat. Although vulnerable to the MiG-15 jet attacks, the Superfortress remained effective against several types of targets throughout the Korean War. Powered by 4 Wright R-3350s of 2,200 horsepower each, the B-29 had a maximum speed of 375 miles per hour. At a cruising speed of 220 miles per hour, it had a range of 3,700 miles. Bockscar was flown to the museum on September 26th of 1961. The OA-10 was the U.S. Army Air Force's version of the PBY series flown extensively by the U.S. Navy during World War II. It was a twin-engine, parasol-mounted monoplane equipped with a flying boat hull, retractable tricycle landing gear, and retractable wingtip floats. The OA-10 operated primarily for air-sea rescue work, Dumbo missions, with the U.S. Air Force's emergency rescue squadrons throughout World War II and for several years thereafter. During the war, OA-10 crews rescued hundreds of downed flyers. The prototype Catalina first flew on March 28th of 1935, and the production version was built in both seaplane and amphibious versions. The Consolidated Aircraft Corporation, along with the Canadian Vickers Limited and Naval Aircraft Factory, produced nearly 2,500 Catalinas. Of these, the U.S. Air Force received approximately 380. The Brazilian Air Force was one of several Allied nations that received Catalinas during the war. It operated this Catalina in a variety of roles in the Amazon basin until 1981. Flown to the museum in 1984, it was restored and painted as an OA-10-10A, assigned to the 2nd Emergency Rescue Squadron in the Pacific Theater during World War II. Armed with 2 50 caliber machine guns in the waist, 2 30 caliber machine guns, one in the bow and another in the rear tunnel, and 8,000 pounds of bombs, it was powered with 2 Pratt & Whitney R-1830-92s of 1,200 horsepower each, and that gave it a maximum speed of 184 miles per hour. With a cruising speed of 120 miles per hour, it had a range of 2,325 miles. Developed from a 1938 design by the Messerschmitt Company, the Me-262 was the world's first operational turbojet aircraft. First flown under jet power on July 18th of 1942, it proved much faster than conventional airplanes. Developmental problems, particularly its temperamental engines, Allied bombings, and cautious Luftwaffe leadership contributed to delays in quantity production. On July 25th of 1944, an Me-262 became the first jet airplane used in combat when it attacked a British photo reconnaissance Mosquito flying over Munich. As a fighter, the German jet scored heavily against Allied bomber formations. U.S. Army Air Force bombers, however, destroyed hundreds of Me-262s on the ground. Of more than 1,400 Me-262s produced, fewer than 300 saw combat. Most Me-262s did not make it to operational units because of the destruction of Germany's surface transportation system. Many of those that did were unable to fly because of lack of fuel, spare parts, or trained pilots. The Me-262 on display was brought to the United States from Germany in July of 1945 for flight evaluation. Restored by the 96th Mobile Maintenance Squadron, Kelly Air Force Base, Texas, in 1976 through 1979, it is painted without operational unit markings as an aircraft that just left the production line. Armed with four 30mm Mk-108 cannons and 1,000 pounds of bombs, the two Junkers Jumbo 004s of 1,980 pounds of thrust each gave it a maximum speed of 540 miles per hour, with a cruising speed of 460 miles per hour and a range of 650 miles.